Hey, it's like 11 a.m. on this Saturday, November 17th. Um, it was last night, around like 7 o'clock when I found out that the uh, the most amazing Scion TC that I've ever seen, uh, that I was gonna purchase was sold. So, um, after I went through the 5 stages of grief, I saw it reasonable that this was just um, something that I was going to get past with time. So reasoning told me that it would be okay. Emotionally, I'm still a wreck. I know it seems kind of silly, or maybe it's not silly to people who are fascinated by cars as much as I am. But I really wanted that car. I really did. Just like I really wanted to be with my ex-fiance. I really did. Anyhow, so last night it was really difficult to fall asleep, and the whole night I was watching videos of Lamborghini Giardo, which is my dream car, I guess. Yeah. Plus the Audi R8, that too. And I was like, these are transient steps to the ultimate goal of the Lamborghini. So, I don't know, that would have just numbed my mind as opposed to being in emotional anguish. So basically I went to bed at 5:10 a.m. and I just woke up at 11. I haven't even made my bed. Just took just brushed my teeth and took a shower. But I'm having these bipolar moments, even in the shower. It was like, oh, it's okay, man. I'm physically healthy and all this other stuff. I will make it to these bigger and grander goals, like the such. That's a nice house, by the way. That's a nice kitten, by the way. I will make it to those goals and whatnot. Everything's gonna be okay. And then then the bipolar syndrome or whatnot comes into play. It's like, but that was a gorgeous car, and that was Stacy, and how am I gonna get through this phase of life with another car that's not Stacy? But the thing is, I like to use similes or analogies. No, wait, metaphors. That's the word. Just as, I guess because I'm saying as, this is a simile. Just as when my ex-fiance, I know I talk about my ex a lot, don't I? It's just, there's a lot to be learned from there. It's like a treasure chest of life lessons there. So, just like my ex-fiance, when her efforts with me was hindered by authority, society, parental influence, friends' influence, and the such, when it was hindered, when our relationship or our marriage plans were hindered, she got discouraged and didn't really push forward and settled for something much less attractive and fatter. But anyway, so what I'm saying is that although my plans or future with Stacy has been hindered and maybe halted forever. At this moment, I can't say, what'll happen 10 minutes later because of this bipolar phase that I'm going through right now. But at this moment, I don't feel discouraged. On the contrary, I feel encouraged to make her loss, or in her memory, make grander goals happen. And in many ways, Stacy will always be this part of me that is the car representation of my marriage failure. And so what I'm saying is that unlike my fiance, who gave in to slight disappointments or hindrances and completely settled for something that she didn't find joy in, I will not do that. And I know I have to get a car in the near future, but right now, after having lost Stacy, I don't see a rush to get a car. And frankly, I'm not gonna get a car that just serves the function of getting me from point A to point B. I'll wait as long as it may take. My parents might get upset, like, you need to get a car and the such, and they'll probably show me a lot of cars that they think I should get, just as her parents would show her guys that she should marry. And unlike her, I will keep searching until I find the one that I love, and not settle for something that someone else thinks is good for me. Or even if they do suggest it, I will evaluate it myself before consider, unlike blindly accepting it and whatnot. So I'm really hungry. I'm empty. I feel like I deserve just like food. I mean, not just like I deserve to not think about health and just eat whatever is amazingly delicious. So I think it's this like depression stage still. By the way, this whole thing has to do with the No Shave November. I think it's November 17th. Yeah. So it's a blessing and a curse. I gotta go study physiology and airway for Monday's 2 exams. I'll try not to think of Stacy, but it's like getting into a cold pool. It's like you try to tiptoe into it, but sometimes I wouldn't say best course of action, but the thing to do is just jump right in and absorb that initial shock, and then you conquered the hardest part of it. So that would be like thinking about the car, and how I lost her, and if I acted just half a day earlier, she and I could have been happy together. Which kind of brings me back to another point. With my ex-fiance, it was like, okay, with the car situation, I should explain that first. I tried to decrease the price of what they were asking, and and because I thought I had time and room to spare and whatnot. And when and as I realized that I wanted this car more and more, I was willing to pay more and more, and I was willing to pay up to what they were asking for because I realized I didn't want to lose this car. And when I spoke to the guy last night at 7 and he said the car was sold, I was willing to pay more than I thought I could pay for the car. I said I would pay more than the asking price if they gave it to me and not the other person. This is just like my marriage failure. So, with my marriage failure, there's a lot of things that I wanted her to improve about herself. Like returning to school and pursuing a higher education and the such, getting rid of her hideous unibrow, which for some reason was also a problem. Why was that even a topic of discussion? It should have just been like, oh, okay, let me get rid of it, because it's like, so, what, like 10,000 BC? Okay, so like those or other several changes or improvements. Like her hair was freakishly long, like not just like, I think it went down to her knee or whatnot. So that's just ew. Ew. It's like a Chewbacca or something. And I say that because she was also hairy, so, which also could have been alleviated. Anyway, what was my point here? Right. All these changes, right? And as I realized that I wanted this girl more and more, and by this girl I'm talking about my fiance now. I realized that I was willing to accept more and more of her as, I mean, like, not as she was, but I guess, but like, even if she decided not to change it, even though I would prefer the unibrow be destroyed off the face of the universe. I wonder if she still has it for her husband now. I would be so pissed off if she's like, oh, time to take off my unibrow. It's like, why didn't you do that when I asked you to do that? And maybe we would have gotten married then. Anyway, what was my point here? Damn it. Okay, right, as I realized I wanted this girl more and more, I was accepting, I guess, let's just say that, more of things that I thought that she should improve. And by the end, I told her that, I don't even care if you go to school ever or if you work ever, because I want, like, I wanted my wife, or whoever she is, to make over, at least, I want my wife, I guess, like, no, my wife most likely has to make over 100,000, but anyway, but with her, I was like, you don't have to make a dime, I just want to be with you. And so it got to that point near that end, so that was like me paying more than the asking price of the car, but I still lost Stacy and my fiance. So I'm guessing there's a lesson to be taken away from there, but and I understand what the lesson is, but how do you appreciate something without having, or being on the verge of losing it? So I want, for once, to be on the verge of losing something and then not lose it. That would make me happy. That would really make me happy. Like, if I was on the verge of losing my fiance, which I was, and I didn't lose her, then the rest of our life would have been a miracle and a blessing every day. just as each day with Stacy, if I even now got the chance to be with her, would be a blessing every day. But like as these events become more and more frequent in my life, it becomes less hurtful, and it just becomes this cycle. Like, oh well, that was expected. It's just I've dealt with this enough time, so. I just wanted to share that with you. I don't know, I just really like or enjoy talking about this as opposed to like this morning when I woke up I was just really depressed. I think I dreamt about Stacy, but Stacy was a person now, and she went to this university, but I didn't go to this university, and so I just met her. I don't know how I met her at the university, and then we were already like in arms or whatnot, and then I knew that like in the dream I knew that I wouldn't see Stacy for a long time, even though we just met, because I go to a different university, and so even in the dream I could sense that there was gonna there like subliminally there was a sense of separation between me and Stacy, but we were happy together. We were very happy together. She had nice cans though. I mean, in the dream she had nice cans. She does have nice headlights though, like on the car. I'm gonna go and eat something now. I'm hungry. I'm not hungry, but I should be hungry. I don't feel it anymore. I guess that's depression, not feeling the stomach. So I'll catch you. I just don't want to turn off this thing, because as soon as I turn it off, it's like life is again by myself. Although I do have Sophie. Well, that's Ricardo. Sophie's the bike. So that's Ricardo, and then so the helmet has a name and the bike has a name. So anyway, I'm gonna go now. I miss Stacy, and I miss my fiance. Ex-fiance. Just waiting for something to come into my life. Why doesn't spontaneously something good happen? Like, holy shit, like, is that a law against the universe? Like, all these spontaneous things happen that are bad. Like, what the freak? That's I probably have bad karma. Not because I do bad things, but because I have bad intentions. Okay, this discussion is going way out of topic. Anyway, hungry, gotta go study for exams, mildly depressed, and the such. So hopefully eating something delicious helps. I'm gonna go now. Bye.